Hello! Welcome back. We got another Outriders video for you today. This one is going to be all about the fire, the fuego, the pyromancer. This character is so insanely fun to play. I had a blast playing this character and putting these videos together. I am planning on doing a bunch of Outriders content, especially when this game fully releases on April 1st. So if you're interested and curious, feel free to subscribe, come back, check me out again. I plan on doing a Technomancer video next, aka tomorrow. In this video, we're going to go over the gear that I've been enjoying to run, some of the stats that I think are helpful, and also skill points you're going to want to allocate depending on how you want to build your character out. Pyromancer has a lot of variety, just like I think all of the other characters in this game do, and this one is no exception. So far, what are your thoughts on this demo? I think that there are some little bugs and bits and pieces that need a little bit more polish, but that's understandable for a demo. Other than that, I cannot put this thing down. I don't even understand how I'm getting so much fun and use out of one demo. Let's start off with the gear I like to run on my Pyromancer and what I think you should keep an eye out for insofar as building your character. Again, this is a friendly reminder, we are only playing the demo, so this is not the full game. I don't have answers to all the questions, but I sure as hell like to take a look at it. It's fun to plan your characters out in advance. At least I know I like looking at the trees and seeing what I'm going to build up to when the full game is released, so I can go full sweat, not show up for work, not do any schoolwork, and just play this game for 2 full days straight, crash, and need a Red Bull IV to wake up out of bed the next day. I like to keep an eye out for burning bullets on my weapons. It does not mark your enemies, so it will not heal you. The fire damage you do with the fire weapons will not heal you, even if you're playing the Pyromancer. But I think that as you are doing fire damage all the time, your damage over time, or your dot, is going to be one of the strengths of this character. So I like burning bullets that inflict burning damage on my enemies, as well as bleeding bullets, because bleed is a nice damage over time as well. For the gear, I wasn't intending to play this character so much. I really wanted to main Trickster, and I believe that's still going to be the case, but somehow I ended up playing this character a ton, and I managed to go full blue. That's right, all blue gear in the demo. I'm a god. Just kidding, definitely not. I'm pretty mediocre at this game, but anyway, so I like to look out for the skills I run on the gear. My favorite piece of gear modifier that I found so far is going to be called Tidal Wave. Heat Wave. The skill can be activated one more time before triggering the cooldown, and that is absolutely amazing. The ability to use Heat Wave multiple times per cooldown is absolutely fantastic. I have 2 pieces of gear. That means I can cast it 2 times before it cools down. So that move is going to mark your enemies. So that's going to mean life leech for when you kill them, and also a chance to make them detonate when you combine it with your other skills. But we'll go over that in just a second. So the way I like to play this character is Heat Wave to start, and then I like to move on and utilize my Thermal Bomb. So Thermal Bomb is such a good combo skill. Gonna use that in combination with both your other skills, because any enemy that is marked by your skills, including Thermal Bomb, and dies while they have been tagged by Thermal Bomb, is gonna detonate and do a huge amount of damage to anybody that's still nearby. So I really like comboing Thermal Bomb with any of my other skills. Heat Wave is the skill I was talking about, where you can make it stack multiple times based on gear. It's the only gear that I found that allows you to stack it with other gear. Percentage-based gear bonuses do not stack with other pieces of gear. So with Heat Wave, if you just keep adding +1, +1, +1, you can do it 4 times before the cooldown. 4 times. It's pretty sick. So Heat Wave is going to be your main move. Quick cooldown, 13 seconds. Love spamming that. So essentially what I like to do is start off with Heat Wave, because it's going to mark and create burn on your enemies. So again, if you can do that multiple times before cooldown, that's great. Then I like to combo with Overheat. So that's going to do extra damage to anyone who is currently afflicted with burn. So 120 damage is pretty good. And it is also an interrupt ability. This class is really good at interrupting, insanely good at interrupting actually. Thermal Bomb is also an interrupt, so using the Thermal Bomb after you have either Heat Waved or Overheated is just going to combo and make them detonate into their friends. And I find the Thermal Bomb explosive kills that take out friends is just the most satisfying combo in this game. Trickster has one that's really good, but this one where they go up in the air, you hear the and then they detonate and kill their homies right next to them. It's just just gets me excited every single time. Let's take a quick peek at the skill tree here. 3 sets as per usual. 3 different ways you can spec the character out. Ashbreaker up top, again, is going to be buffing a lot of your bullet damage, gun weapon damage, a ton of that. The middle is going to have more so of the vampiric traits or life leech, especially when your enemies are on fire. Some of these are really, really powerful for sustain. I've taken a look, and this would be the way. Especially, I think this tree would be the most relevant for solo players. If you're going to be playing alone, you don't have a tank or a trickster up in the front pulling aggro, this would be the tree you'd want to use. If you have not much desire to play with your friends, or if you don't have many friends, that's cool. This would be the tree I would use. The sustain on this tree is very, very strong. This is the way that I plan on playing this. This is the Tempest at the bottom here, buffing all of your anomaly damage and increasing a lot of your skill damage. So this is absolutely how I'm going to play this character. I think this character is just pretty much translatable to like a mage or a sorceress or like a wizard, whatever type of game you played before this. It's the caster. You want to be in the back, you want to be spamming moves, and a lot of these just are adding so much damage to all of your skills. It's absolutely insane. Particularly looking forward to having the ability to just continuously buff my anomaly power. And any of these that add anomaly power just add flat damage and strength to all of your skills. This video is winding down to a close here, and I am curious, is this a character you're going to maining? If so, I can completely understand why. Super fun to play, and I think when you have more than one Pyromancer, for some reason it works. The amount of damage over time and fire and combustion and explosion on all of your enemies when more than one player is running Pyro is actually disgusting. We got pretty sick here. This was the boss we were kind of grinding out. One of the side missions, because he was giving us some blue loots. You got to get those blue loots. So let me know your thoughts on the Pyromancer. I'm curious if you're going to spec him out differently, if you've looked at the tree and you kind of know what you're already planning on doing. It's the coolest piece of gear you found. Again, I haven't found anything better than blue, but I have seen purple for sale in the store, just too broke to afford it. Thanks so much for tuning in. We out.